Going, guys, this is Derek with DJD Detail Supply, and I've had a few customers that they didn't want to pay for a ceramic coating, or they wanted to do it themselves, but they were still kind of scared to apply a traditional ceramic coating to their car. They didn't want to do the polishing. This is usually where I came in. They didn't want to do all the prep, or they're like, oh man, it's a lot of money, so fine. Now, I've also had other customers that have gotten their cars coated, but we got customers that are very used to still going out and waxing their cars. They still want to go out and have some kind of, alone time with their vehicle. You still want to be able to go out and kind of just, be a budge and be able to do what you want to do to the vehicle. But once you get your car coated, really all you gotta do is wash it, use your detail sprays, but you really can't do anything else to the car, really, unless you repolish and recoat the car. So Hyperclean came out with a product called Hyperclean Stak. This is a 6-month to 1-year product. This is a solvent-based coating. If you guys have used there's another company out here that has a very similar metal can for their 6-month to a year coating. Now, that particular product, they want you to spray and wipe it. It's a very quick process. And I don't know about you guys, but every time I use that product, I always wanted to apply it with one of these. I would actually put it on, let it, wipe it on, and then come back and buff it off. But if you did that and let it sit too long, the product you caught hell trying to take it off. So this is where Stak comes into play. Now, this truck is already coated. This truck has a 5-year coating on it. I'm crazy, so it's winter time. I know we got snow here in New Jersey recently, and I want to be able to make sure that my truck stays looking like this at all times. I want the best protection I can get, so I'm going to stack something else on. Now, this is a product that you would use quarterly. You could use it every few months if you really wanted to. If you were looking for like a maintenance schedule every 6 months or so, you can use this product. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to apply just to this small area, so you guys can see on the camera to see how this product applies. When you purchase this product, it's going to come sealed with a little cap on here. You're going to get one of these little sprayers. I'm actually going to give you guys 2 sprays if you pick this up from our TikTok shop. Link's going to be down in the description if you guys want to pick it up. And I'm going to throw in one of these little applicators too, so you guys are pretty much set up. As far as prepping the vehicle, all you need to do is wash the vehicle. If the car's already coated, wash it with cleanse, get it stripped down, get it ready, get it dry, and then go on this product. If you don't have a coating at all on your vehicle and you want to go with this and you don't want a long-term product like Uno, Dose, or Trey, I would recommend washing the car, claying it. You don't necessarily have to do any paint correction, but you want to, if the car needs it, do some type of paint correction and then apply this product, and then you'd be putting this on every 6 months or so. And then if you wanted to, say, strip everything down, do a very light polish, and then go to apply this product. So when you get this, make sure the sprayer is on. I'll take this and I'm going to spray away from the car. Get this, and you guys can see. Make sure you get this close. And if you guys smell this product, this is a true SiO2 product. You will smell the solvents in this. So we're going to, yes, I do smell the solvent. We're going to apply this. And as everyone knows, if you guys have been watching my videos, I love the box technique. So put our box down, and we're just going to fill in, the areas. And if you have an older coating, this will kind of help rejuvenate that particular ceramic. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Hyperclean coating. It can be kind of any coating on the market, really. But this is going to kind of add the good stuff, which I all want: the gloss, the slickness, the water beading. And it's just a good product to apply, every, quarter. Seasons change. Like I said, if you're crazy like me, you might want to do it. I'd probably do it once a month, just going crazy, because I always want the best type of protection. I really don't like when people are selling these products, especially when I see a lot of detailers where they're selling it and they just want the best protection. So they'll go buy a 7-year product just because it says it's 7 years. They can charge more, and I get it, but we all know that they don't last 7 years. Most customers aren't going to maintain the car that well. So you're realistically looking at, if it's a 7-year coating, you'll cut that in half. If it's a 3-year coating, if they're not going to maintain it that well, cut that in half. But if they're the kind of person that's going to maintain their vehicle correctly, you're definitely going to see those 3 years, especially if you got a garage like this and this garage kept every night. You'll definitely see it. Now, while I was doing all that talking, you guys saw that this has been sitting here. And what you're looking for is the beading. So I'm gonna take you off the tripod real quick so you guys can kind of see. This is what we're looking for. Is right, let's see, might be all that's what we're looking for. As soon as you start seeing all that kind of beading, you're able to start removing this product off the surface. Now, if I was doing this as a customer's car, I could do the whole hood and then come back and buff this off, but just for you guys, I just did this one half, so I'm gonna put you back on. There we go. Tripod's a little funny, so grab our towel. And this is just a 300 GSM utility towel from Auto Fiber, so just so you can use a fluffier towel, but just a nice good towel to help buff all this stuff off. We'll lay our towel down, and I like to remove this in circles. So you just do nice circles to kind of chop into the coating. Like taking off a wax, and it's funny, I'm talking to a lot of younger detailers that have never used wax before, but you know, back in the day, that's how we did it. We would just kind of chop and remove it. And as you see, the stuff comes off like butter. You know, it's the longer you let it sit, you know, if you let it sit for, you know, a minute or two, it will come off easier. If you buff this off a little too fast, it will be tacky. So you have to let it sit, you have to let it beat up, and you have to let it kind of just do its thing on the surface. And if you come in, wow, it is super sick. Now this truck does have Sparta on it. I am a Hyperclean Sparta installer. It's funny, I never actually got to install it in any of my personal vehicles, and I had a little bit left on one bottle, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna put this. So now if you guys are looking to pick up Hyperclean Stak or any of the other Hyperclean products, you can check out our TikTok shop, DJ Detail Supply, down in our TikTok shop to pick this up. If you guys got any questions, send me a message. So have a good day.